Hi all. Now last week in my blog post I looked at split testing and why you should be split testing your adverts and your landing pages so you can see which is the winning formula. So I thought this week I'd look at Google Optimize and how we can use Google Optimize to split test our landing pages. So if you go along to optimize.google.com and log in with your Google account, you will come to this screen where you can actually start to split test. Now all we need to do is to start the process rolling is to create an account. So we can go along and create an account. Now we want to give our account a name, so I'm going to call this You Empowered as it's one of my sub-brands and a brand I'm working with at the moment. We want to decide what we want to share with Google, and then we want to acknowledge the terms and conditions of the service agreement, so we click Next. Now we want to give our container a name. Now within each account there's containers, so you can have a number of experiments. So I'm going to give this container the name www.youempowered.info. And then we go off and click on Create the Container. And this will open up a box which basically asks us to create your first experience. Now Google calls our split testing a user experience. So we click on Let's Go. And this will then allow us to start creating our split test. Now I want to give our split test a name, so I'm going to call this landing page split test. And then we want to put the URL in of the original page we want to test. So in this case, I'm going to test the home page. So it's in this instance, it's https://www.youempowered.info. Now we want to create a redirect test in this instance. So this will allow us to test two pages and Google automatically redirect between the two pages. So click on redirect and click on create, and that will create our test for us. So as it's whirring away, the next thing we want to do is add a variant. We've added our first landing page in, which happens to be the home page. Now we want to add a variant which we want to split test against. So if we click on add variant, we give the variant a name. So I'm going to call this landing page, landing page 2, and then give the URL of the redirect or the other page. In this case, it's /youempowered-2. So you can see here we have the original URL and the URL that we're going to split test against. And you can see here that those two pages have gone in, and Google is going to give them a 50% weight in either. So all traffic coming to the original page will be split 50-50 between the two. Now here we can see the URL matches our original landing page that we put in, and we want to target all visitors that come to this page. So here we can put in a quick description, just so you know what you're doing. So I'm just going to put in testing landing page, can't type, testing landing page, and click done. Now the next thing we need to do is link to our Google Analytics account, as this is where we will be reporting. So you select a property, search for your property if you've got a number of properties, and type in You Empowered, which is my property, and click on link. Now once you've linked your Google Analytics account, you'll then see this code snippet appear. Now this is the code you need to add to your website in order for Google Optimize to work. Now you need to add this code to as the first item below the opening head tag. So it needs to be high up in your page. So ask your web developer to do this. Or if you can't do it, drop us a line and I can give you some advice. But this code needs to be in. So when we click finished here, it will then go off and test our site to see if this actual tag is deployed. So I go on and click finished here. So you can see as soon as I click finish, Google Optimize goes off, checks the website to see if the actual tag is installed. And here we go, it's gone off and checked, and it's found it's worked properly. So we click go back to experience, and it allows us to then finish in the final steps in the setup. So once it loads, you can see again the weight, and if we go down we can see we need to set our objective. So we choose from list, and I'm looking at page views, but you may want to choose bounce rate or session duration. For this session, I'm going to just click on page views. Now here we look at the traffic allocation. So what you want to set is 100% of all traffic is coming through to the site, and then 50% is being split between them, and then we just click on start, and that is it. And you can see this experiment is running, and away we go. Now, I appreciate this is a very simplistic view of Google Optimize. It can get a lot more complicated than this. Lots of things to test, but just as an overview, I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, please drop us a line and I'll be happy to help. Until next time, speak to you soon.